Here it is. Here it is.
Yay, yay.
Yep, we here, man. Mike, you looking good with that haircut, man. I like
Oh,
it.
appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it, man. Down 9 pounds this month.
Jeez.
Nice.
I'm
Get it
back,
back.
to my back to my fighting weight.
That's what you stole the words right out of my mouth. I say you back to fighting weight.
No mames, Mike. Mike's a lover, not a fighter, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Do it.
Mike, they were trying to put together a celebrity boxing match between you and I, man, when you were out.
Oh, I ain't fighting a Marine. Come on.
What was the saying goes? Everyone can fight until they get a punch. They
I
get
said
that punch,
back
they
in the
get hit.
day.
Yeah. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth, man.
Yeah.
Chica's been sending me memes of Canelo when Canelo got hit, and he just
Oh,
gave
he
that
looked
look.
where he kind of looked. Yeah. He gave that weird look. Yeah, we got the locals in the chat already.
Yeah.
We got Tex-Mex Frank. Tex-Mex Frank giving away a cap today, ladies. Appreciate you, Tex-Mex. We're gonna do a raffle, maybe like in the middle of the show, to see who wins that cap. Those are one of a kind caps.
Yeah.
Jonathan
I'm gonna get
Perez.
with Sam Salinas this weekend so I can give him his hat that he won. Jonathan Perez, I reached out to Tex-Mex Frank yesterday. Your
Matt
hat
Lerma in the house.
is gonna be sent your way now.
What's up, Albert? Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, man, we got the regulars in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys, and thanks for stopping by always, man. Always faithful.
Yeah, we got some things to talk about today. It's Ladies Friday.
Ladies
you know?
Friday. Yeah, I gotta come up with a catchphrase for that because I like Ladies Night, but it's early, it's in the morning, but we'll come up with something.
Yeah. Can't say it's happy hour because it's too early.
I mean,
Oh, it's
You
happy
know,
hour someplace.
it's happy hour someplace. Yeah.
Oh, where the dreams don't fade from the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210. Oh, it's the life that we chose.
What's up, San Antonio, and wherever you're watching us from? This is the Area 210 podcast. You know me, I'm Spernandez, Rick. We got Mike Jimenez, freshly cut, looking good in the middle. Of course, producer Joe, always doing the magic behind the scenes. And Mike has been really gracious to allow me to kind of captain this ship today because it's Ladies Friday and we're having a good time. So I appreciate you, Mike. I appreciate you letting me kind of steer this ship and see where it goes. And we already got him in the house. We got my girl Myra's in the house. She snuck in real quick to say hi because she's got to sneak away for a meeting. So I appreciate that. And then we got Susie. Susie's in the house. Stephanie's already here. And of course, the normal crazy locals that we always appreciate. Lerma, Albert Lopez, Jonathan Perez, Tex-Mex Frank, who, by the way, will be giving away a one-of-a-kind Texas Lady cap through a raffle that we'll have for the ladies later on in the show. So what's up, Mike? How are you, bro?
Oh, doing amazing, man. It's Friday already. I cannot wait for the weekend. Fernandez, you and I like to travel, man, but this is one week that I'm staying home.
You need
I'm
it
not
sometimes.
doing anything, man. Just
Mhm.
gonna hang out at home, do some cleaning, go out. Don't be wrong. I'm gonna go out to the bars on the weekends with
Yeah.
Chica. But I'm enjoying the idea of just staying in one place this weekend.
You know what, man? And it's funny you say that because for obvious reasons, I've been going out to San Antonio a little less lately in the last couple of weeks and months. But I was always so much on the go, right? I was in San Antonio every month or in Vegas or somewhere. And then of course here in Cali, there's always something going on. So there are some weekends where I'm with you, Mike. I'm like, man, I just want to chill. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
just want to like chill because it can be it could be cumbersome to flights and hotels and this. It's fun and it's great, but yeah, it could be a little tired sometimes. And then what's funny is after a little bit of chilling, you get a little antsy. Like I start
Yeah.
looking at my calendar. I start looking at my calendar like Columbus Day weekend's coming up. That's a long weekend. That might be my move. That might be my move. So
Yo, man,
yeah.
I was gonna say I had a long week at work, man, and I'm ready to let loose tonight. I'm gonna go out and have some fun, dude. F that crap, dude. I get out at 9.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be hitting up something. I'm going
There you
somewhere
go.
today. Going
I'm
somewhere
lit.
today.
It's like the Denzel. I'm leaving here with something.
I
I'm leaving
am.
here with something.
Leaving here with something. You know what?
Yep.
And Mike is downplaying it. He's
Mhm.
like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home today and just relax. I'm like, no, Mom, it's Mike. You know what today is?
It's Friday, and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
Because Mike's been spending all that money. It's Friday and he's broke. That check better
Hey.
not be short.
Hey, it's Friday. We don't give a damn, man. It's
Hey,
Friday. We
you
don't
know-
give a damn.
Kudos to Mike though, because you know what? Chica likes nice things and she likes to go places. And you know what? My boy makes
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
happen and keeps her happy, bro. So good on you,
Well,
brother.
you got to, and we have
Yeah.
ladies in the chat, and this is kind of how our conversation went last week. Mike, I don't know if you got to catch it, but we were talking about dating and different things, and how you got to be different, right? You got to be spontaneous, especially at our age, right? You're like the hey, let's just go have a drink at a bar. I mean, that's fine, but at our age, when you start dating and you're like going on trips and you're doing this and you're doing that, those are that's the levels. There's levels to this, right, Mike?
It's the higher caliber lady,
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
the old saying that I've heard recently is there's no such thing as a gold digger. They're just out of your price range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta find the one in your price range, right? Right there. Yeah. You gotta find the gold digger in your price range.
Yeah, exactly. So Chica and I like to go to so many places, and it was funny because we were talking about this yesterday because we do everything on Expedia. She's part of this Expedia group, like platinum level because we go on
Yeah.
so many trips, right? And we were going through it, and she and I have been together for about a year and a half,
Mhm.
and we're going through it all, and we're like, we've been to South Carolina this past week. We went to
Mhm.
the ceremony for the Marines graduation.
Awesome.
We've gone to Miami 3 or 4 times. We've gone
Yeah.
to Las Vegas. We've been to Laughlin, Nevada. We've been to
Mhm.
Oklahoma, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio,
Yeah.
Austin. We've been to Jamaica. We've been to Barbados.
You gotta
Dominican
bring her out here.
Republic.
Bring her out here to Cali, man. Bring her back out
Oh,
here to San Diego,
that's
bro.
next.
When
That's exactly it.
yeah, when you came to San Diego a couple of years ago, man, we first met in person, man. We had a blast, man. So I would definitely suggest you bring her back out here.
Yeah,
Definitely bring her
and
back out here.
that's the thing is that her we design it where my income pays the bills and her income is for the fun part.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Fun
good.
stuff.
That's smart. That's smart.
And by the way, is about fun stuff, dude. It's
Hey.
as much we're resting this week, man, but
Yeah,
we're gonna be tubing down the Guadalupe next weekend.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we've got that going on. So we've
Yeah.
got stuff to do, man. We've got some. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it is. Speaking about being about fun stuff, we got B Wood in the house in our chat. She is the San Antonio pickleball queen. Brianna Wood, thank you for coming. We appreciate you. She's awesome. If you don't follow her on Instagram or Twitter, by all means, put out your handle. She's a good follow. She's good people. So thank you for stopping by.
Now,
There
Jonathan
you go.
C is in our chat saying that he's taking applications for a side piece.
What does he say?
He says
Prefer torta.
prefer torta. One who eats Takis.
Oh, must drive a
Oh,
2004 Ultimate.
Hey.
No, bro.
Four holes in an Altima with bald tires. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. Thank you, Brianna, for subscribing. I appreciate you. It's hey Jonathan. See, there's an abundance of side pieces that might be ready for that application, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always fun to see how this chat turns. Again,
You
our
know
chat
what's
is powered.
funny, dude? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I just real quick was gonna say our chat is powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. So it's on Fridays. Sometimes it takes a little veer, but it's okay. Go see PF Chang's on Wednesdays. They have they have happy hour every day, but Wednesdays they have the wine Wednesday, right? And the champagne bottles, Mike.
Yeah. Half
That's
off.
correct.
Yep. Go see our guy
Sean
Quintero. Sean
Quintero.
Don't
Quintero.
get that on.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, man, all the ladies that always take the Nissan Altimas in for maintenance, and the guys tell them, man, you got bald tires, your brakes are bad, and they're like,
Mhm.
just do the oil change.
Yeah,
Don't tell me about nothing else. Just do
I
the
don't wanna
oil
see
change.
I don't want to see the filter. I don't want to see all that. Like just do the oil change. You know what I'm saying? B
Yeah.
Wood says Go Spurs goes UTSA. There you go. She's a UTSA grad. You want to have a good time at a UTSA tailgate? Go find my girl B Wood. Susie's in the chat. The homie Stephanie, of course, is in the chat. She says she likes. So she don't like Takis. They're too hot. Takis or hot Cheetos. I prefer hot Cheetos. That's just me. But I
So
know
how-
people love this some Takis.
How's this going down? Because this is the first time that I've been part of the
Mm-hmm.
ladies episode.
Yeah.
Do we talk about the sports first, or do we talk about the ladies conversation.
I think, like I said, I think we kind of like to just kind of introduce the ladies and kind of have a little bit of a conversation, and then we'll get into our normal sports, which is our normal thing we do talk about, and then we kind of go and it kind of sometimes our conversations, even within sports, start to kind of veer a little bit. So again, having the ladies'
I'm,
perspective is fun because
I'm a little
sometimes
bit
because
nervous. I'm a little bit
it's fun.
nervous. I don't know
You're a
what's
little
going
nervous.
on
Right.
here.
You're a little nervous. It's okay. It's okay. And, you
Look at
know,
Mike's nephew. What he put on there for you, Rick.
what did he say, Mike's nephew? The ladies are here for Fernandez only. Hey, they call it the Fernandez effect. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I added something new to my Twitter bio, the roster destroyer. You know what I'm saying? The roster destroyer, baby. So it's all good and fun. It's all good and fun.
Look
But
at
yeah,
Tex
man.
Mex Frank. What he
Can I
says.
ask a question to Fernandez? real
Absolutely.
fast?
Absolutely.
Well, Tex-Mex Frank, you're right, Joe.
Yeah.
Let the ladies pick the topics as well. But you're talking about
Mhm.
roster, right?
Yeah.
I have never in my entire life, quote unquote, had a roster. Okay.
Really.
Not capable of it. It reminds me of forgetting
Stop
Sarah
being humble,
Marshall.
Mike. Stop being
No,
humble,
no,
Mike.
no, no. I'm
Stop
not.
being humble. Stop being
I'm
humble.
not. I'm not dissing it. But remember forgetting Sarah Marshall and Russell
Mhm.
Brand's character
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
was telling the nerdy guy, "Hey, you two can kind of get together, maybe do it
Yeah.
together, and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't think I have the capabilities." And he goes, "Well, it's a gift." Well, tell me about this gift, Fernandez, because you've been single for quite some time. How difficult
Mm.
juggling 2, 3, 4 ladies at one time? And am I lowballing it at 2, 3, or 4?
What's up, Angelica? Glad to have you in the chat. Some secrets are gonna come out. Some secrets are gonna come out. Backing up. I was married for 20 years, right? I was married to my middle school sweetheart, who should be in the chat soon, and she's gonna have a very interesting handle. Love middle school sweetheart, not even high school sweetheart. I met her in 8th grade. Kids together. Some people know my story, right? Teenage father, all that stuff. We 20 years together through my whole Marine Corps career together. I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for Christina, my ex-wife. She handled the home. She did everything with my boys, all that. So for the longest time, I was, husband, just stay at home, do all that good stuff. Happy with my little 6-pack on Fridays and all that, which I know it's hard to believe that right now. But we grew, we went different ways. We just grew into different. As cliche as it sounds, we just grew apart. And now we're just really good, great friends. She's family. I love her. She's awesome. I'm glad at the place we're in right now. So that's that. And so I had a little bit of time of being newly single after 20 years, which is, crazy. And I was
Now,
just walling out. I was just walling out. That is,
were you
but
the Tasmanian Devil, the cartoon?
yeah,
All
yeah.
wound up and just
Mm.
all over the place.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. I was just walling out. Like I was just because bro, I was like, I've never really been single since I was 12, 13, 14 years old. Like, you know what I mean? I've been with this woman for all that time. So yeah, I kind of walled out and I tried dating apps and all that. And I really wasn't feeling it. I mean, I did meet a couple of people in dating apps, but for the most part, like dating apps, I didn't care for it, honestly, like Hinge and stuff like that. I don't know. I tried it, but it wasn't really for me.
He trying to
know
do
why?
it old
You know
school.
why? You know why, Fernandez? I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me.
And this is where you and I have something in common. It's because a profile on a dating app does not show how much game you have. I'm never gonna say that I have as much game as you, but I do have something of game. I have some sort of game,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
But you shine one on one.
Yeah.
You shine on the scenario of being out and about. I don't know, maybe it's at a bar, maybe it's at a dance club, maybe it's at some place, but you shine with your personality in person. That's
Yeah.
why. It's because the dating apps are just swipe, 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 swipe.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I think there's no personality on a dating app. Like there's no tangible context on a dating app. It's
Right.
just a profile and whatever. And just like at a bar or anywhere, like women have way more options than we do, than men do. Like obviously, like women, a beautiful woman or even a semi-attractive woman is gonna have tons of guys, hitting on them or whatever. They're gonna have beyond their chances to have the pick of the litter.
I
It's
was
very
gonna say,
rare.
Rick,
Yeah,
when you meet somebody or you're conversing with people in person, right? One-on-one, going
Yeah.
up to a person at a bar, wherever you're at, be like, hey, she looks cool, she looks interesting. Let's see what's up, and you go
Yeah.
up there and you talk, maybe buy her a drink or whatever, and see what's up. The one thing that I do like about the in-person meetups, they can't hide behind filters, bro.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Can't hide behind them
ang-
filters.
filters and angles and all that.
Yep.
There is a thing there. We got some pretty interesting questions actually in our chat from B Wood and a
Look
couple
at
of our
what she's
other.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she had another question before that one. If you could put that one that says on a
Oh,
guy's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
POV. Yeah.
Here it
So
is.
we'll
Here it
get
is.
we'll get back to my stuff in a little bit, but I want to handle B Wood's question. She says on a guy's POV, what determines if someone is on your roster? Casual texting, going out weekly, hooking up. I mean, roster, I guess, would be pretty subjective. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, some people may look at it like, oh, like, I think if you're like actively like seeing this young lady often and you're doing more than just casually texting, I mean, I wouldn't say that's your roster. I mean, I casual text a bunch of people, you know what I mean? I honestly, I don't think that's roster, it
You
would
just
be
looked at, she's
more-
on the bench, bro, and you're the coach, and you'll be like, you're up.
Whoa, yeah. So you got some that are in the G League, you know what I mean? That you gotta bring up, that you gotta bring up,
Oh, bro.
sometimes there's 10-day contracts, this is a sports podcast, so I'm trying to put it in sports analogies for some of our guys to understand. I kid. Some of you who are not used to my humor, please don't take me as
Now-
an asshole. Like I'm just saying. But
I have a question for
you know,
you. I have a question for you.
yeah.
Okay. Are there some that you hang with that you might be too embarrassed to go out with in public?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're going with. I see where you're going with this. Not currently. So I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. Like I'm 100. I'm 100. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing that I'm not gonna be honest with. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Not currently, but I have been there. I've been there. I've been there where she was cool. She had a great personality. I love talking to her. Like it was, all that. She wasn't, the
And then the lights
and-
came
and,
on, man. The lights came on at
yeah.
the bar.
Listen. Us. You know what I love about ladies. They're not as superficial as we are. Like, if a guy has like a really good personality and all this kind of stuff, they can look past a lot of our flaws because we have a bunch of flaws and we're, and all that. We as men are pretty shallow individuals. Like we want a woman to look a certain way. We want to go out in public with a woman where people are looking at us like, damn, that's his girl. I'm just being honest. Like we're very shallow. We're very shallow individuals. We're very, that's just how we are. So if I meet a girl and I'm like, man, she's cool, she's awesome, like I really like her and all that, but like, yeah, I might not want to like bring her around or and all that, or I might have to crop her out in pictures and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
The crop
Like-
out.
Yeah,
crop out,
exactly.
bro, no.
So yeah, I've been in that situation, Mike. To answer your question, currently no, but I have been in that situation where she was cool, but I'm like, hey, we could kick it, but like, I can't be bringing
We
you
can't
around.
kick it
and
in
all that.
public.
Yeah. We can kick it. We can kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
If
look
you
at
wanna go out
Tony
to eat-
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says
but ghetto.
attractive but ghetto. Oh,
Mhm,
bro,
mhm.
man.
Yeah, we can kick it, which basically means we're not going out to eat, but I'll Uber Eats
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Netflix
Like, we
and
could,
chill.
we could-
Netflix and
yeah,
chill,
we
bro.
could Uber Eats to the crib. You know what I mean? We could Uber Eat stuff. And nah, man, it's again, a lot of this is fun and jokes, so I don't want to offend any of the ladies, and all that, but let's be real, let's talk real, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it, and I would imagine the ladies might be in the same situation. I'm curious to hear if any of the ladies have had a situation like that where a guy's cool, he's awesome, he's nice to you, he's sweet, he's all this and all that, but he really ain't the kind of guy that you want to, put a label to or whatever,
That's not the move for them, though. Their move
Yeah.
for them is to have simps. The move
Exactly.
for a lot of them is
Exactly.
to have guys out there
Exactly.
that-
Say
that-
less.
that,
Yeah.
that boost their ego.
Mhm.
When they become wounded birds, they boost
Yeah.
their ego, and then they piss them away.
Oh,
wounded
you're
bird.
right. No, you're
Oh
right.
my God,
Women. Yeah, women are. I mean, they're great at that. And the problem is there's so many guys that are willing to do that and to be like that. So my girl Tali is in the chat. What's up, girl? What did she say? She said a lot of guys hide, even the hottest girls, because they aren't ready to let the roster go. Oh, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point. She says even the hot girls you hide because you're not
But
ready to let
what
the roster go.
constitutes the roster though? Like a roster to me be like you can have, friends of the opposite sex who are going to be
Yeah.
female women, but they
Hmm.
can be your like ride or dies. Like some of
Yeah.
these women are just like dudes. Like you can hang out with
Yeah.
them, and it's just like
Well,
hang out with one of the guys,
yeah.
take them to the
Yeah.
bar, go watch
Yeah.
fights and stuff. Because I have a friend like that. One of my best
Hmm.
friends. Her name's Celine. Shout out to you, Celine. She's a lady cop over in Dallas.
Hmm.
And me and her just like kicked it real good. Like we're just really good friends. And we used to go when she lived here. She lived right around the corner from me, and we're
Yeah.
always going to Twin Peaks like every weekend, every other weekend. Because me and her both like UFC, we like boxing, we had a lot of things in common. We're both
Hmm.
married and everything, but we just hung out. That's all it was. We're just hang out, and just go out there to the sports bar, hang out there with my homies, and we'd be watching fights and everything. Just like one of the dudes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, I
Well,
guess that's a question too to pose to the ladies. Like, can there be platonic male female friendships and it be nothing more than that? Like I've talked to a lot of ladies where they say it started off that way and then eventually he hit on me or eventually he
Yeah.
felt some kind of way. I was just talking to my girl Tali actually about this yesterday. She said, she had a homie that we were cool. We were the homies. We always had a good time. He knows my brothers, all that, blah blah blah. And then out of blue, one time he just went left and was like, hey, trying to hit on her, or he thought he misinterpreted something. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a slippery slope, Mike, right? What do you think about friends being friends with the opposite sex, knowing you're attractive because they're attractive and all that? Like, whether it's, hey, I drank too much and now I've been wanting to hit you up, but I don't know. Like, it's a weird, intertwinement sometimes.
the answer is no. Okay, guys and
Hmm.
girls cannot be friends. There are some caveats to that, though,
Why
Hmm.
not?
because eventually one's going to want to have sex with the other, and sometimes it's the guy that wants to have sex with the woman. Sometimes it's
Hmm.
the woman who wants to have sex with the guy. They cannot be friends, okay? Because ultimately, that is going to be a bridge that you're either going to
Hmm.
cross or not cross, right? And it's also depending on age, right? Now, if you have a female friend that was, with you as a friend when they were 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years
Hmm.
old, up to high school or college, okay? If you have a female friend that
Yeah.
you knew back in the day when they were in pigtails and they were 12 or 13 years old, they get grandfathered into all that, okay? But
Grandfather.
anybody as an adult, though, if you were a
Yeah.
30 something, 40 something,
Yeah.
50 something, you're not making
Well,
female friends.
I would Susie and a lot of the other homies in the chat are saying that it's more of the male issue, and I agree with that. I think it is more of the male. The male. I think. I mean, I'm not saying it won't go the other way sometimes, but generally speaking, I think the man and I'm sorry, Mumu something is saying it too. The man is the one I think that because I mean, again, I talked about how shallow guys are. Guys are pretty are it's guys are attracted to a beautiful woman. Like it doesn't matter. Like if you see a beautiful woman in any kind of setting, it's gonna catch your mind, your eye, like, oh man, she's beautiful, like she's pretty. Now, you might not act on it or nothing, but it's in your mind that she's beautiful or whatever. So I think when it comes to that friend dynamic, I would say 80% of the time is probably more the male that is wanting more or whatever. I
Well,
think
let me
I
ask you
think you
this,
can.
Fernandez.
Yeah,
Uh,
real quick. I think you can be friends. Oh, okay. It's my girl Jen and Juice. My bad. Moo. I didn't know that was Jen and Juice. I'm glad to see Jen and Juice in our chat. Appreciate you. I didn't know you were Moo Max, whatever. But good to see you, Jen. I think it's more the guy. I think males and females can be friends. It's just the boundaries got to be set. It's got to be respected. B Wood has a lot of male friends, and they are literally just her friends. And I think it depends on the kind of girl. Like I'll give you an example.
they're
And I'm
just
not
her
gonna.
friend. They're just her
No, no,
friends.
no, no,
But
no, no, no.
they would take it
Well,
if
they
they had a
would if they
chance.
could. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm not
And
saying.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
but
where we're
Oh
at.
no,
That's
I know,
my
exactly where we're
but
at.
gosh.
right. That's what I'm saying. It's more on the guy. It's more on the male. Like if they could, they would kind of thing. But I think it also depends on the female and her demeanor and her boundaries. Like I'm gonna use my girl B Wood as an example. And if you know her and you meet her, you understand what I'm talking about. You can tell just by interacting with her that she is the homie. Like she is like, I mean, you wouldn't know if she likes you or she doesn't, is what I'm saying. She's the kind of girl who like is a homie. She's cool. She doesn't really drink. She's into running and she's into the UTSA. Like I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but her just demeanor and her presentation shows that she's a homie. Like that's it. Now, when you're like giving off mixed signals, like you're my homie, but I'm flirting with you as a female, but I'm kind of ha ha ha, or hey, buy me this, or like then a guy is like, well, damn, I don't know. Are you a homie? Are you not? You know what I'm saying? So I think if a woman is really clear about her boundaries, about, hey, I'm just a homie, like there's no misconstruing this, a guy may want to, but it's pretty known, like, that's that. Now,
Hey
if
man,
a woman is kind of,
the answer is if you have a woman that you are serious about, the question becomes, do you want them to have platonic guy friends? Because then that becomes a different dynamic.
yeah,
It's the same.
yeah,
It's the same shoe, but
yeah,
on a different foot.
yeah,
You
that's a
see,
good
and
point. That's a, yeah,
that's
yeah,
where it
yeah,
gets a little bit dicey.
yeah,
Mario Cabas was thinking the same thing I was, but you say he's just a friend.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well,
Ooh.
yeah,
They're not friends. They're in case of emergency break glass,
yeah.
is what that is.
Bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's another good question, right? If you're with somebody, do you want her to have, and vice versa? Like, I have a lot of female friends. I feel like I have a lot of female friends that are the homies, and it can cause an issue in a relationship where the person is like, I don't know, or whatever. And like Bree is saying, it comes down to like if you're secure with yourself and all that. But again, like I hear this sometimes from women, like on Twitter, right? I'll give you an example. I'm not going to say names, but there's females on Twitter who are like thirst traps, tits out, pics, this, that, showing toes, showing all this, blah blah
Showing
blah blah blah.
those.
Yeah, 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 all this stuff. But they're like, I'm happily married, I'm happy in a relationship, blah blah blah. And it's just that's the mixed signals that I'm talking about. Tony Ronaldo said that I was confusing him. That's the mixed signals I'm talking about. If you're saying that like, oh, I'm happily married or I'm happy in a relationship, but you're posting all these thirst traps and showing things that probably should be just for your person, it's a little confusing. It's a little confusing to me. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of just have it under the guise of, well, I'm just me and I'm just being free and it makes me feel good, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know, man. Like it's, I don't know, that's where it gets, that's where the mixed signals come in. Like, that's
It's
where a
not.
guy might take it the
It's
wrong way.
it's not a mixed signal at all. I mean,
Whoa,
it is
whoa,
evident.
it's,
It's
yeah.
evidence that validation is needed elsewhere, and if
Yeah.
validation is needed elsewhere, then you're not the one.
That exactly. Well, yeah, it's under the guise of mixed signals, but it's very clear. It's a very clear signal, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. So again, I go back to my girl Brianna Wood. If you followed her on any of her social medias, you won't see any like thirst trapping. You'll see her making mums. You know what I mean? Holy crap! You know what I mean? Like you'll see her running and all that. Like that's just her normal life, what she does. When you're like going out of your way to like you said, look for that validation, but you got a man or you got a husband or whatever. In my mind, and I could be wrong, like Mike said, you're not getting that validation somewhere, so you're kind of seeking it, right? I mean, and I think that's the same way with a man. Like if a man isn't getting whatever from his woman, he's gonna, not that it's right, but he's gonna go seek it out somewhere else, and then things go sideways. And like I said, I'm not saying that that's the right course of action. The right thing to do is communicate with your partner and talk about why you feel you're missing this or missing that and all that. And I wish I would have done that in my younger years, but you live and learn, you know what I mean, and all that. So, it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic.
Very cool. We enjoying the ladies' morning over here at the Area 210 podcast. Thank you for all the new subscribers. We're at 2,520.
Yeah, appreciate you
and
guys.
counting. So thank you so much for that. It's an interesting topic because here's the thing. What do guys talk about? We talk about sports a lot. We talk about music. We talk about drink. We also talk about girls and things that are
Yeah.
going on in that nature, right? It's just the way that things are. I am of the age right now where, kind of got burned when it came to being married, and it's just one of those things where, I didn't think 2 years ago that I would be in the relationship that I am now. Like I was kind of upset. I was angry at
Yeah.
life and all that stuff. And now I'm super happy with Chica. I'm super happy with how things are going and all that stuff. And I'm learning things about myself that I hadn't known about myself previously. But it's interesting because like for those who are down, there are ways to be back up, man. And that's the one thing that I hope people take away from anything that I have going on is that even when I was at my lowest, my darkest, I was able to bounce back. It took time, but it takes friends, good friends, quality friends. Fernandez, I relied on you. I relied on you, Joe. I relied on Alex and Sean and all those guys. It takes support from family. It takes support from. You got to find a win. You got to
Yeah.
be. And whether it's focusing on your health or focusing on work or focus on something, you got to get a win, and then you got to build on the win, and it just takes time, you know. But I enjoyed this talk. Let's talk a little bit of sports, man. What do you got
Yeah.
going on?
What do
And
you got, Joe, for sports?
we can revisit the.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back.
we'll come
We're gonna
back,
revisit that. Yeah, we're gonna revisit that. I appreciate the ladies chiming in. We're gonna come back to that. We are gonna hit some sports. Real quick. Turner and Alice is asking me my dating status and my relationship status. I was married for 20 years. I was in a relationship for 3 years recently. Those no, and now I'm single, Tony. So I'm not your type, Tony. I appreciate you asking, but or you're not my type. But no, I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, let's hit. Hey, there was a game last night, right? There was a Thursday night football game yesterday.
Yeah,
there
we
was
should
a
we
game
should have
last
known
night.
better, Joe. We should have known better because when everyone says that something's going to happen, you know the opposite happens, right? The sports gods say that it's going to go the different way. Everyone's saying, "How bad is it going to get?" We saw those tweets by Mina Kimes and Andy Agar and Adam Schefter. How bad is it going to get? Because the spread was 11 points yesterday between the Bills and the Dolphins. And everyone thought this was going to be a big blowout. It ended up going down to the final stretch. Interception with 3 minutes to go in the game sealed the deal for the Buffalo Bills. They win by 10, 31-21. Was it one of those games, guys, where you think that Buffalo just took it easy after that?
I
After
don't
two
know.
very difficult. I mean, they struggled to a win against the Ravens.
Yeah.
They're going up against a Dolphins team that they know that they are better than. Do you think that maybe just took the foot off the gas a little bit?
I don't think so, Mike. I think what happened here is that at the end of the day, I think it was just the Dolphins wanting to get a win desperately, because they don't want to
needed
go ahead and just go 0-3, and they tried. I mean, they played a lot better. Their defense looked a lot better than it did in the prior game. The only thing is they just couldn't go ahead and get the dub. Now the problem going in here now is the Miami Dolphins coach and in jeopardy of losing his job.
Yeah. Yeah. Our girl Jen and Juice is like, finally, you're talking sports. And Brianna says Cowboys suck. We might have to kick her off the chat. But you know what's funny is like, I mean, it's tough, man, because remember that Miami coach, man, he came with a lot of, I remember that he was the boy, the wonder kind, right? The boy wonder came in, did a bunch of stuff, and now he's in the hot seat, and that just shows how fickle things are. It's a fickle world, man. You're a hero today, and you're a zero tomorrow. And I think he's a smart dude. I think he's a smart coach. I like that. I like that Miami coach. But like Mumu Jen is saying that, Miami showed up, they try, they were right there, and Bills are the Bills, Bills are, like Joe said, man, they weren't trying to get another L. So, it's one of those games, man. We have to see how I think a lot of these games early, we'll find out how much they mean later, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Mike? Like the dividends are going to pay like down the road when, if the Bills end up being like world beaters, it's going to be like, oh, well, that Miami law, or it wasn't that bad, or you know what I mean? Like they're going to carry more weight as the season goes on, if that makes sense.
Did you see Miami Dolphins fans getting upset about what Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback, said before the game? Before the game and leading up into the game, he was praising Josh Allen, but praised him a little bit too deeply because Dolphins fans got upset because he says they asked him about Josh Allen. He goes, he's one of the best to ever play. He goes, the way that he throws the ball, he goes, man, he could chunk it downfield. I can't do that. And he goes, the way that he runs, it could run over people. I can't do that. Look at how fast he is. I'm not as fast as him. Look how accurate he is. I'm not as accurate as. And it was like fans were there going, I cannot believe he's saying that he's so far below the
Yeah.
talent level of Josh Allen, which we all know it's true. But
Yeah.
for the quarterback of your team to
Yeah,
come
to
out and
say
say,
it. Yeah,
to
you don't
say
gotta
it, to
say
say
it, right?
it.
Yeah.
At least pretend
Mm,
that you're that good. But he was
yeah.
out there saying, man, he's a better thrower than me, more accurate than me, he's a better runner, he's stronger than me. He could chuck it down the field. I can't do anything that he does, is what he said. If you
Yeah.
had a quarterback who was outright being honest, would you be okay with that?
And that's what's funny. And Mike, you talk a lot about this, and I used to disagree with you, but I kind of am coming around a little bit. The the idea about the idea about athletes and what they say, whether it's true or not, right? We've talked about this about like Wemby, right? For instance, like you put a mic in front of his face and he says something about Pop. Like, do you expect, even if he disagree with Pop, do you expect him to say that? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
right? So now I disagree with you sometimes some of them are like, there's an example. Some of them are honest and they're telling you what it is. So, but when they're honest, it's like, whoa, how dare you say that? Right, Mike? Like we're talking
Yeah.
about that right now. Like, so it's a slippery slope because it's like, do you want to say what the company wants you to say, or do
Right.
you want me to say what I want to say? So I think I like I mean, and not to get off topic, but it is on topic. When somebody, I think Wemby was like on Instagram Live, and they asked him about Tim Duncan and Kobe, right? And he said Kobe, and a lot of people didn't like it.
You're right.
I like it in the sense that he's just being honest. Like the company Wemby should have said Tim, right?
Right.
If Wemby is supposed to be a company guy, he should have said Tim Duncan and moved on. He said Kobe. I don't like it, but I like it. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
that has the moxie to say, this is my opinion, and if you don't fucking like it, oh well. Because he knew
Well-
that's going to take some backlash.
Well,
Right? And
I
I mean-
don't think he knew it. I like he tried to reel it back in. He goes, "Oh, well, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe he tried to reel it
Well,
back in."
then that to me
But-
means he knew it was going to be bad. That's why
Well,
he reeled it back in.
like, it dawned on him. It's more like
Yeah.
It wasn't premeditated, but at least he was being honest.
No, it
That's
wasn't
why
premeditated. I think he
I-
just got put on the spot and he answered.
I
You know
said
what I
during
mean?
the
Like,
show-
yeah.
I said during the show, I was like, I'm disappointed, but I can't be a hypocrite and say that I don't like what he said because he was
Because
being
of
honest.
exactly.
And
Yes.
Tua
Yes.
Tagovailoa going to this game
Yes.
saying,
Yes.
if you're going to rank us on arm rating, he's better. Accuracy,
Yeah.
he's better. Running,
Yeah.
he's better. Strength, he's better.
Yeah.
Leadership, he's better.
Right.
And it's just like, wow. And the Dolphin fans were upset about that.
Yeah.
The best part of the show, by the way, Joe, if you can go to my Twitter account, I just retweeted, was that this game was on Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
and it was sponsored by the podcast Hot Ones.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
They had, I don't know if you saw this after the game. This was about 45 minutes after the game, after they had done post-game interviews and done analysis. They did a Hot Ones challenge on the field with all the commentators. One of them being Tony Gonzalez. Look at if you could go full screen on that by any chance.
Yeah. Look at him.
So he's with Ryan Fitzpatrick there.
We haven't figured out who had the hot wings.
He is dying.
He's getting it.
with this
He's
wing.
dying. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. He's not having a good time, bro.
Somebody
This
needs to
ain't
get that brother a tortilla,
Yeah,
dude.
somebody got to get his. He's like, hey, bro, cut the video and like get me some help. Like I'm done with this. Like,
the number
Yeah.
of curse words he almost dropped that he prevented himself
Yeah.
from saying.
Yeah.
Look at the
Yeah.
second look at the second milk they give him.
yeah,
Like this is like a
Man.
minute later.
yeah,
That's a bad combo,
Wow.
Mike. That brother's gonna be dying because you know what? He's eating this and it's already this hot. And they're giving him
Yeah.
milk. You know,
milk
it's
is
gonna
the
burn.
milk-
It's
the
gonna
milk-
burn
the
both
milk- the
times,
milk-
bro. Coming
Well,
in
the
and
milk's
going.
the milk. Well, the milk is better than water, honestly, when it comes to burning like that. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Joe. Later on is a different story. What's up, Christina? Christina's in the chat saying Happy Good Friday. What's up, baby? Yeah, man. Man, that's fun, bro. It's fun to see.
What they
It's
didn't
fun
show
to
with
see
Tony
these
Gonzalez.
old players do these kinds of things. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fun, you know.
Hey, did y'all see Fitzmagic? They were heckling him the whole time. The Bills Mafia. They wanted him to tear his shirt off.
He
right?
did.
And
Yeah.
he was ignoring them. He was setting them up. He was setting them up. And at the very
Bill's
end,
Mafia don't
boom.
play. Bills Mafia
Yeah,
don't
man.
play, bro. Bills Mafia
Hey,
don't play, man.
I like the Bills Mafia, man. I like their style,
Yeah,
bro. They're crazy,
yeah.
man. I can kick it with them, man.
Now, Bills Mafia is crazy. You know what? I need to put that on my bucket list just to go to a Bills game and experience the Bills Mafia. You know, Myra's back. She's done with her meeting. What's up, girl? What's up, baby girl? Um, the Bills, you know, taking your shirt off in sub temperatures, you know, out in the cold, you know, I think that's like a bucket list thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was the Cowboys versus the Bills, that'd be fun.
Going through the
But
table,
that,
you know?
yeah, man, I think, you know, and again, like we're like I have like this check off for Spurs arena. Like I want to go to every
Mm.
NBA arena to see the
Yeah.
Spurs, you know. And I've knocked off a couple. I've knocked off a good amount. You know, I've been blessed to be in the military, be able to travel, and I've knocked off, a lot of the East Coast, you know, definitely all the West Coast, but places like OKC, I haven't been, which actually I'm thinking about Christmas. I'm thinking about that Christmas
Nice.
game. I told my ex-wife and our kids, I said, let's just our gift to each other be the fucking game. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Let's just go to the game. So we're thinking about that. So Christina's listening right now. We're thinking about that. But Toronto, I've never been to Toronto. That would be cool. So there's a few places that I want to check off and say I've been there, you know. So it's just cool to be in those different arenas and see the vibe, you know, and
Yeah.
see the atmosphere, you know.
I'm about 2 hours from the Dallas Stadium, 2.5 hours, and I'm about 1 hour from the Houston Stadium, and I'm 2.5 hours from the San Antonio Stadium, and I'm an
You're
hour and a
perfect,
half
bro.
from the Austin Stadium
You're
when the Spurs
perfect.
play in Austin. I can go
Yeah,
to any pivot in
yeah,
any direction. I
yeah,
could be at a Spurs game in 3 hours in 4 different
yeah,
cities when it's
yeah.
all said and done. So I'm excited
You know,
about that.
you know what? I will. My plan is to go to the Dallas game, the season opener. I want to do Dallas. I
Hit
think
me
that would
up.
be the move.
Hit
Yeah,
me
I think we
up.
should. I think we should do it. Matt Lerma was talking about going out there. It's tough for me because my oldest son, it's around his birthday. He's October 24th. And a lot of times I had been gone and I feel bad because I miss like birth. I mean, he's not a baby. I mean, you know, he's 28 years old, but you know, that we have parties and we have gatherings and stuff. So I love going to the home opener, right? Home opener is my move. I've been to the last 3 home openers. This year I might skip the home opener to be with my son and enjoy his birthday and all that because it just happens to fall on the day that he's having his party. But anyway, point I'm trying to make is I think the Dallas season opener is the move for me. And it might we should do it. Yeah,
Let's make it
Joe. I mean,
happen.
let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Right now, all my money's going to my daughter, dude. And unfortunately,
yeah.
she got me going to shop with her on Saturday, dude, because she's getting married
Mm.
in
You're
December
done, bro.
or November.
You're
Yeah,
done.
in November.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Hey,
she's like, this Saturday, she's telling me, Dad, she goes, Daddy, I'm gonna go. I need you to go and buy me my shoes this weekend. She goes, we're gonna go shopping. And then she's like, she also wants a dress because I told her I would get her a dress for after she, has her
Mhm.
vows and all that. So you have to be wearing her wedding dress and getting it dirty or whatever. So she's gonna have me going shopping and everything. She wants to go to La Cantera, of course, because I mean she likes nice things. Let's be honest,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
And
she
then
knows
you
what
could
you
go to
want.
PF. Then you could go to PF Chang's for lunch or
Mhm.
dinner. You know.
Maybe, yeah,
So
yeah.
Chica-
Get my old fashioned.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Yep.
Joe Chica's son is engaged, right? So Chica is now looking at mother of the daughter or mother of the bride dresses.
Mother of
even
the
though
husband or mother of the
of the son, but she
Yeah.
it doesn't come out that way when she
mother of the
searches
groom,
for
mother
it.
of the groom, or what?
Yeah, so
Right?
she's
Yeah,
looking for
yeah,
one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
dresses, and she goes, "What do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about that?" I'm like, "Baby, you can't outshine the
You
bride."
can't outside the bride. Yeah, you can't outside the bride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't look better than the bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can't look better than the bride. Yeah. Hanover Fist is saying he's going to be at the Intuit this year in LA. Let me know.
Nice, dude.
Reach out to me. Reach out to me, baby. Dude, Intuit is amazing. The Intuit Dome is so amazing. I've been out there when they opened. Every time the Spurs play, I'm there. So Hanover Fist, I will definitely meet up with you if you're going to be in LA for Intuit. Mexican Junior's out in DF in Dallas, so he says if you're in the DFW area, we got to hit up Mexican Junior. So I'm down, man. I really think I want to make that move. I really wanted to. I was planning I was gonna go to Dallas and then the New Orleans game and then the home
Yeah.
opener. Like that was like my plan, but it kind of got thrown off a little bit with my son's birthday and like their birthday plans. I didn't know what it was, so but yeah, man, I think Dallas is the move, and I'm, I definitely want to go to a Spurs home game, obviously, but I got some season tickets that I might have to either raffle away while we're here or give away. Like I said, I might I'm gonna be in San Antonio, but I'm not gonna be there as much as I used to be for obvious reasons. You know, if
Yeah.
you know, you know. But I'm still gonna be around. So the good thing is y'all could benefit from this because the tickets that I don't use, I'll raffle them here on the show,
There
or
you
or
go,
we'll
man.
we'll,
Bring
we'll
it,
figure
man.
something out. Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
Yeah, maybe we do
Yeah.
something for charity or something, raise money for
Mm.
charity. Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm looking at an excerpt right now from the Bill Simmons podcast on The Ringer. He is calling the Clippers signing Kawhi Leonard worse than the Mavericks trading Luka Doncic.
Really,
You know what? I knew you were going to talk
Really?
about that, Mike. So you know what?
Really?
I already had that
That's
video
interesting.
ready to go, brother.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring that up right now. Here it is. All right. So let's go ahead and hear this.
You could compare this Kawhi, the entire thing of going into business with this dude, all the stuff it cost them, all the players and the draft picks, plus this scandal. It has to be the most damaging transaction in the history of the league. I don't even think you could compare it to anything. It's already retroactively one of the worst trades of all time.
It's not worse than Luca. It's not worse than Luca.
They ended up with Cooper Flag,
It's not
they don't get
worse
Cooper
than
Flag.
Luka.
but
Let's
in
see
a
Cooper
roundabout
Flag
way, at
play a
least somewhat worked
basketball
out.
game.
All right, just forget all the dumb reasons behind the trade. Would you trade Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag for Luca?
No. How strongly can I put it? No.
This Kawhi, the entire thing of going into
So-
business.
So, I mean, it's an interesting take, right? Because you look at the roundabout of it all, because the Luka trade did not create the whole Cooper Flag situation for the Dallas Mavericks. That was a lottery
Right.
type of thing, right?
Yeah.
The same reason why the Spurs fans say, well, if Kawhi had never had left, we never would have gotten Wemby years
Yeah.
later.
That's hard to gauge all that, right? It's a butterfly effect type of thing. Like you don't know what would happen. Yeah. Yep.
Right. But I find it to be interesting, the dynamic that's going on with Kawhi Leonard and what the fallout is going to be, because right now, if Kawhi Leonard never played another NBA game, there's a very good chance he'd be a Hall of Famer. Even though he
Yeah.
has missed half of his games out there, he's an elite athlete. Could it be possible that the scandal, all that comes out of it, if it turns out to be 100% true, and Mark Cuban, former
Mhm.
owner of the Mavericks, who's now a minority owner of the Mavericks, former majority owner, now minority owner, is still going after Pablo Torre on social media saying, you got it wrong. You're not looking at this correctly. He's still standing up for Steve Ballmer. No matter what is being reported, he's still supporting Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers. But my question is, do you think that if this scandal turns out to be actual and factual, like TLC sang in the 90s, that it could prevent Kawhi from becoming a Hall of Famer?
Real quick, Stephanie says I got 2 tickets for you, Stephanie. I got you. And Christina said, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, okay. I think it could prevent him from being a Hall of Famer. I don't think it should. And look, if you want to know what I think about Kawhi, if you follow me on Twitter at Reels Fernandez, you can see my pinned tweet. You can see my pinned tweet, and you can see what I think about Kawhi. But I'm being objective right now. Kawhi Leonard is one of the most talented and gifted players that has graced the court. Like when after the 14 season, I tweeted and I said he's gonna be on the level of KD and LeBron and those guys, like that level of the stratosphere. So Kawhi Leonard, like pound for pound, if we're in a vacuum, Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players and should be in the Hall of Fame and deserves all the praise, like in a vacuum. Now, unfortunately, it's like a Pete Rose thing, Mike. You know what I mean? It's like a Pete Rose thing. There's outside circumstances that determine sometimes like how we view people in history. It's like a lot of great men in history that have done great things, but their flaws end up defining them. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't like Kawhi. It's fuck Kawhi all day long, but I'm just being honest and 100. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for his playing ability and his skills and what he's done and the championships he's brought to 2 organizations, right?
Right. I look at it this way. It is the writers who make the determination as to who makes it to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the writers have prevented Barry Bonds from going in because they thought Barry Bonds was cheating.
Mark McGuire, you know?
Yeah.
Mark
Mark-
McGuire.
That's what I'm
Barry
saying.
Bonds.
That's
Still not.
right. Yeah.
Roger
So-
Clemens.
It's not about their baseball acumen. You know what I mean? It's not about which to me, if it's a baseball Hall of Fame or a basketball Hall of Fame, it should be judged on what you did. I mean, it's not a person Hall of Fame. You know, it's not a are you a good guy Hall of Fame, right? Are you a good human being Hall of Fame? I mean, you could disagree with that. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like I'll use myself as an example. As a Marine officer, as a Marine, I have done amazing things with the Marine Corps, and I've been to combat, and I've done all this stuff and whatever. Now, if they told me, you know what, we're not going to give you these decorations as a Marine officer because you're a bad husband or because you're a bad father, like, what does that have to do with me being a Marine that saved people in combat and X, Y, and Z? You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, granted, if I was a bad father, then so be it. If I was a bad husband, so be it. But if it's a Marine Hall of Fame, why am I not in the Marine Hall of Fame for the Marine things that I've done? So that's what I say when it comes to a basketball Hall of Fame or a baseball Hall of Fame. You should get judged on what you did on the diamond or on the court because it's a baseball or basketball Hall of Fame, not a human being Hall of Fame.
But the thing is, though, is that this is also part of the game, though. This is something that is circumventing rules of the game. That's the problem.
Well, you're right. Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. Yeah. The Kawhi, I'll agree with what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is what they were doing affected the court, right?
Yeah.
Like he was circumventing. Okay, yeah. Okay,
It affected. Now they didn't win chips because of it, but it affected.
Right.
Now I'm looking right now at active players in the NBA, the odds of them making the Hall of Fame, according to BasketballReference.com.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how far we go down the list until we see Kawhi Leonard. With a 100% chance of making the Hall of Fame, there are 5 players with a 100% chance, according to Basketball Reference.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, James Harden. There are 5 players with a 99% chance of getting in. Russ Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, Dame Lillard. After that, you have Paul George, Kyrie Irving, and at number 13, with the 13th best chance to make the Hall of Fame as of right now, with a 91% certainty, according to Basketball Reference, is Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
If this is a scandal that forces, because I don't believe the NBA wants to investigate this at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they want to investigate a Los Angeles.
They don't want to open the can of worms. And I saw your shows earlier in the week, and you guys discussed this already about they don't want because other owners are probably doing something similar.
Yep.
You know, maybe not as egregious, but they don't want to listen. Rich people don't want to expose other rich people because they're also doing dirt. You know, they're also doing dirt.
Mark Cuban going to the defense of Ballmer is guilt by association 100%. Because like, what are you hiding, Mark?
Right.
What exactly are you hiding?
Right. Yeah. Why are you so adamant about? Yeah. I agree.
Because we're in the world of common sense. You're trying to teach us like, well, this is how billionaires operate. And he goes out there and leaves breadcrumbs by saying, well, if he was stupid enough, this is how he would be doing it. And then Tory's
Tory comes back with
there's this case in point. Check this out. There's a story that was released earlier today, and it says Dirk Nowitzki, right at his peak or whatever, he had an offer from the Lakers and the Rockets, right? They were willing to pay him anywhere from, one organization said 92 mil, and the other one said 96 mil. But he said, no, I'm going to stay and sign a 3-year deal with the Mavericks for 25 mil. You don't think Mark Cuban sweetened that deal a little bit? To try to go ahead and circumvent the cap some way, somehow, keep his boy happy, but keep it under the table. It's like things happen, and I think every organization is guilty of it in some capacity.
And like Mexican Junior is making good points, and so is Jen and Juice. they're talking about the Clippers gaining a competitive advantage for circumventing things, and I get that. What I was saying earlier was just Kawhi Leonard from a pure basketball standpoint, like just him and his skill and his ability and what he's done. Like that's what I mean when I talk about the Hall of Fame. The Clippers circumventing things, to me, that's a GM thing too. Like that's a GM and a owner thing. Like circumventing cap space and all this and all that. I'm just saying, pound for pound, if you rank players for their ability and their accomplishments, I think those are things that should be recognized when it comes to Hall of Fame, whatever ability and accomplishments. And
And
again,
Barb,
I don't fuck with Kawhi. Again, check my pin tweet like that went viral, and I got death threats for. So I don't fuck with Kawhi. So don't take this as I'm defending Kawhi. I'm just trying to be objective.
I'm
Pound
willing
for
to sign the
pound,
form. Go ahead.
pound for pound as a player, he's one of the top most talented players that has been, in this generation.
No doubt his talent. But some of these things are accusations going on there saying that he wasn't as hurt as he's letting on, that he was
Right.
not playing unless he was getting
Mhm.
paid under the table. So suddenly he gets paid under the
Yeah.
table, and then all of a
And
sudden,
now he can play. Yeah.
"Ah, my
That's
knees,
that's
my
a
knees
character
fine."
issue. That's a character flaw, bro. That's a
Well,
character issue,
and the flaw is that he has no desire to make things right. He
Right.
doesn't care what people think about him.
Mm-mm.
And that's the thing is that we all say it's all about Uncle Dennis, Uncle Dennis, Uncle Dennis. No, the
Mhm,
biggest
mhm. No.
asshole in this
Yeah.
whole scenario is
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. And by
Yeah,
the way,
he's the
whatever
star.
the
He can tell Uncle Dennis shut the fuck up. Right?
Right.
He can, if he wanted to, he could put a lid on Uncle Dennis if he wanted to.
I need the
So
apology form. I need the
yeah.
apology form about Kawhi Leonard. I said back in the day that I thought his jersey should be retired by the Spurs and all that. I need the apology form. I take it back 100%.
You
Send
know
me
what?
the form. I'll
Mike,
sign it.
you know what? I appreciate that, Mike. It's very rare that you admit wrong, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We got a super chat from the Juice Show.
Juice Show
We got a
with a
super chat from the Juice Show. Yeah. Back from the dead.
the official
Here we
bank
go.
of the Area 210 podcast saying $10. Thank you so much. Saying bottom line is Kawhi is a piece of shit. This piece of shit stuff. Pop defended this piece of shit. His contract will get annulled. He will get suspended. Pop loves piece of shits. Bryn Forbes, domestic abuser. Pop is in the Hall of
Sheesh.
Fame. Dang. You know what? But what was Pop going to do, man? Because at that time they were kissing Kawhi's ass because without Kawhi
Yeah.
they knew that what would happen was that they would be a losing team, and that they wouldn't get 100 cents on the dollar for him. They got a decent deal when they got DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
what became Keldon Johnson, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah.
And that pick and that deal lives on, by the way, because
It does. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
traded Jakob Poeltl, and then they traded that
Mhm.
pick, and then they got another player. They traded that pick. So
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
the family tree
Yeah,
of
the
that trade
dominoes
keeps going.
the dominoes keep falling. Yeah.
But Kawhi truly is a piece of shit. He truly is, Drew. And
I've never
I
seen
think
the biggest heel turn ever in a Spur other than just Kawhi. That was like something that happened with Hollywood Hogan type of shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
NWO.
exactly.
That's the NWO shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big shift going on in the spread involving the Dallas Cowboys and Chicago Bears. Let's talk about it on the other side. Let's give some love to PF Chang's La Cantera, our sponsor.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
You know what? And not a bad place for a date night. Okay,
At
you
all,
got
man.
good Chinese food. You got some good eats there. You got a good bar there. PF Chang's La Cantera. Go say hi to
Yeah,
Sean
you
Quintero
gotta
out there.
you gotta get some Singapore slings. You gotta get some Japanese old fashions. Sean Quintero doesn't seem to like the music, by the way. He's in the chat right now. But our guy, like I tell everybody, have a date night. Go out to La Cantera. Go to PF Chang's. Go see Sean Quintero. You're not gonna regret it.
Dude,
So
the desserts are good over there. I mean, they're
mhm.
really good over there.
Sean
can have
hates the
all-
music, but the fans of the show love the music. It makes them happy.
Hey Sean, the
We
fans
gotta
have
gi-
spoken, bro. The
we
fans
gotta
have
give
spoken.
we gotta give Sean the flip flop.
The
The
chancla?
chancla? Give him the
chip-
chancla. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll give him
I
the damn
agree.
chancla. There you go.
And apologies for being a coco. Call it a flip flop. The
You know
flip-flop
what,
game
though?
to give the
Flip flop,
chuckle.
yeah, yeah.
Real
Yeah.
talk though,
You know,
you're gonna
yeah.
take your lady friend, you're gonna take your date, out to somewhere nice. Go ahead and go to PF Chang's La Cantera and do
Mhm.
yourself a favor. Go and pull up to the bar right away, man, with your girl.
Mhm.
Sit down.
Yeah.
It takes the edge off. You can just have to little conversation, get her a drink. They got some good bartenders out there, man. They do good work. And not only that, man, you can
Yeah.
get your food and everything. You don't have to be waiting for 40 minutes or whatever. But if you really want to do things right, guys, man, do a little work, man. At least get a reservation, bro, ahead of time. Your lady don't want to be waiting 45 minutes to eat. Come on.
Yeah.
Show
Yeah.
some initiative. Show
Yeah.
some
Exactly.
initiative.
We talked about this at the last show. Yeah. Show some initiative, show some leadership, show some planning ability. What's also cool about our chat with the ladies here is we're connecting these ladies. Like Christina, Stephanie, and Susie haven't really talked a lot, and they're connecting on our chat. They're planning Vegas trips already. So it's happening on the chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. So I love it.
Look at that. Jen and Juice is saying here, her brother proposed to his now wife there, I guess at PF
Nice.
Chang's. And she
Yeah.
goes, when he was on leave from deployment, she says David Robin sat next to them and ended up
Nice.
and ended up paying for their meal. So that's
Wow,
nice, man.
that's cool. That's a cool story. That's
Hey,
a
we
cool
do got an
story.
incoming super chat from the Drew Show here. Thank you.
Here comes the money.
And there you go, Mike.
Yeah, he says, in my honest opinion, Steve Ballmer is less at fault. He was just a thirsty billionaire trying to win, got seduced by a piece of shit with his piece of shit uncle, slap on the wrist. Well, it takes two to dance, man. It's kind of like,
Mhm.
you can't say, when two people get into bed, two people decide
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
they're
consensual.
getting, they got into bed
Consensual.
together consensually. Now,
Yeah.
did
Yeah. Yeah.
now they didn't have to go down the rabbit hole that Kawhi Leonard was putting there.
Mhm.
If Uncle Dennis and Kawhi were like, this is what it's going to take, we need you to circumvent rules and all that stuff, Ballmer could have said no. He
Yeah.
could have said no. He could have said, well, F you, I'm going to go after another free agent. I'm going to go after Paul George. I'm going to go after whomever first and then go get somebody else. But he decided to do that dance. And because he decided to do that dance doesn't make him any less guilty. But the slap on the wrist is
Yeah.
probably true. Tony announced with the
Yeah.
super chat. Here comes the money, baby.
Here comes the money.
$5 super chat says Area 210, it's the life we chose. I like it, but we don't love it. We need a hip hop song or something Kid Frost SA style, he says.
You want some SPM or something like that? Hey, my girl Alejandra's in the chat. Good to see you, baby.
Yeah.
I love you. That's my daughter-in-law. That's my son's girlfriend, man. She's awesome. So I love her. Glad she's checking in. She's busy. She's got a lot of work and everything, but she decided to still chime into our show. So I appreciate you.
Make time.
What's it gonna be like to have a father-in-law like Spernandez?
Oh man, yeah, I mean, you mean from a well, I have sons, so
Yeah.
you're talking from a daughter-in-law's perspective, or what are you
Right,
talking about?
right. That's
Oh
about it.
man, it's great. I mean, Alejandro, if you're still on the chat, you can chime in. But it's awesome. You know what I mean? We talk, we have good times. I tell her my crazy stories about women, and she's my son is again, I was 14 when my son was born. So you got to remember that he's 20. He's gonna be 28. So I got a damn near 30-year-old son, which is that's crazy to think about. So my oldest son is gonna be 28 in October. Alejandra's 27. We were here watching the Canelo fight last week, and we don't see each other like, we see each other maybe once a week. So I gotta catch her up, especially now with
Yeah.
me being newly single. I gotta kind of catch her up on what's going on. So
Do
he's
you
like my. Go ahead.
do you find, and is this wrong? Because like I look at my daughter who's 22,
Yeah.
I still party harder than she does, and she's 22. Do you
Yes.
party
Yes.
harder than your kids?
Yes. Yes. Actually, that's funny you say that. I tell my kids, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, I'm over here. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I'm like out and walling out, and I tell my daughter-in-law Alejandra, like, oh, I met this 22-year-old, I met a 24-year-old, and she's like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like walling out and partying. And yeah, they're like watching Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, they're like chilling, like watching a Netflix series. No, I'm not trying to put you on blast, Alejandra, but it's good that they're more calm and they're watching Netflix or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm walling out a lot more at my age than they are in their 20s, So
And somebody sent us this too in the super chat, or not the super chat, but in the media share, Mike. But Mike said make more money. And you know what? That's a good segue, Mike. If you want to make more money, what do you got to do? You got to call Mike, right?
Yeah, believe it or not, even though I wear a Donkey Kong shirt while I'm working at home, you can give me a call and I'll manage your money. 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. You have questions about investments, retirement accounts, 401k rollovers, IRAs, long-term care, life insurance, all that stuff. Give me a call. 210-508-0369. I've been doing this for 20 years. Restarted my practice 5 years ago. I was manager for a good while. Went back into practice during COVID. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. I've got, believe it or not, man, I've got about 23 million that I'm now managing right now on my own. And then I have a joint practice where cumulatively we're at about 50 million as to what we're doing. So very nice. 210-508-0369. Believe it or not, I do a good job when it comes to it all, man. I do a good job.
You know what? I think real quick, I'm sorry, Joe, but I think a lot of people, again, we see the podcast, you see Mike on social media, and like I said, I told Mike this to his face. I'm not saying this to down him, but sometimes the shit he says, if I didn't know him personally, I'd be like, he ain't a real person. Like, if I couldn't, I call Mike my friend. I text message him off of all the, you're. Like, that's maybe another topic, but your friends when you could text, not Instagram,
Right.
not Twitter, not whatever. If I can text you personally or call you, like, hey, bro, like, Mike and I have called each other, like, hey, dog, like, what the fuck is going on with whatever or whatever. That's like down. Like, you're like, there's friends that I can reach out to on Instagram and Twitter, and then there's like real motherfuckers I can call personally and be like, hey. So Mike is one of them for me. And again, believe it or not, Mike is a smart dude when it comes to finances, when it comes to money, and when it comes to that stuff. So not a lot of us are smart with that. I'll be honest. Like, we grew up with parents who weren't money savvy, and I'm not disrespecting them. You know what I mean? It's like in our community, in the Latino community, a lot of us aren't brought up with knowing about stocks and bonds and how to make your money work for you. So, Mike, man, and it doesn't mean you don't even have to have a lot of money. Have a small
you don't.
amount. Yeah, I think people are confused and think, oh, if I have to call a financial investor, that means I have to have a lot of money. No, actually, if you have small amounts, you can, compound it. So
You can do.
Mike.
You can start.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
have clients who have invested for their first investment with me, their first $100.
yeah,
I've had people who've invested millions with me and everything
Yeah.
in between. It's fun times. I'm looking for the photo right now of when we were hanging out there in San Diego. When I got to meet you out there, I'm looking for
Yeah,
that photo. Because man, I was so sick that day, dude. I
yeah.
was so
You were. You didn't have a voice.
Mm.
You didn't have a
Yeah.
fucking voice, bro. You couldn't talk. We went to Barrio Dog. Remember? We went to
Yeah,
Barrio Dog
Barrio
in San
Dog,
Diego,
and then
and
you
yeah,
showed
yeah,
you
yeah.
showed you showed you showed
Yeah,
me all
went
the
to the casino,
graffiti art.
the graffiti, yeah, the Chicano Park,
And
Park. Yep.
and then I got mad at one of the dealers at the casino, like called me out, dude. And I was like, I won a hand, and she took my money, and I was like, no, I won that hand, and she thought I was lying. I was like, go to the tape.
Yeah.
Go to
I
the
remember
tape.
that. Yeah. Yep.
And she
Yep.
got mad. She goes, "I don't make that mistake." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Go to the tape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the."
Yep.
I was
Take-
looking for the
yep.
photo.
One of the things we
Yeah.
got to do is we got to go ahead and spin the wheel, man, because we got to
Yes.
go ahead
Yes. Let's
and do
spin the
this
wheel.
before
You
we
spin
get
the wheel. Yeah. Yeah.
we get too far into the show, and then we're going to talk about a little bit of nostalgia for the boys out here that are hanging out with us,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
going to be fun. Some fun discussion coming up here. So let me go ahead and get the screen ready to go for the spinning wheel. There we are. It's ready to go.
All right. The ladies
All
are
right,
about
so-
a lucky lady is about to win a Tex-Mex Frank hat. Let's do
Here we
this.
go. Let me go ahead and fix this a little bit more. There we go. Now we can see. Now maybe we can see who actually wins.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I like the logo in the middle.
Yeah. It's cool. Who is it? I can't see it.
Laura.
Laura. Okay. Our girl Laura. Nice. Congratulations. You just won a Tex-Mex
Congratulations.
Frank hat. You get to pick your hat. We'll DM you. We'll DM you with the choices and you pick it, send your address, and we'll mail it to you.
Very
All right.
nice.
Courtesy of
Very
Tex-Mex,
nice.
courtesy of Tex-Mex Frank, and appreciate you.
Come and smoke it.
Come
That's
and
what
smoke
his
it. There you
brand.
go. I'm sorry. Come and smoke it. It escaped me real quick. Thank you, Joe. This is why Joe's the producer. Joe already knows
You
what I was
remembered.
trying to say, and he spit it out. Come and smoke it. Tex-Mex Frank, Texas lady hat. There's different colors, and you could pick one, Laura, and we'll DM you.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Real fast before we get into the ladies talk, the spread has changed on the Cowboys and Bears this weekend.
Uh-huh.
Bears were favored by 1.5 when the opening line came out on Monday. Now here it is on Friday. Cowboys are now favored by 1.5, so the spread's moving 3 points in the Cowboys' direction.
Wow.
Dude, to me, Joe, Fernandez, that Bears team sucks.
I
Caleb
agree.
Williams sucks. It's not
I
because
agree.
it's not because I think the Cowboys are great. I don't think they're any good. But they're gonna be 2-1 when it's all
I
said
agree.
and done.
I agree.
I got
So,
two
yeah,
upsets this
yeah.
week.
Hey,
Two upsets.
What do you got, Joe?
The first one that was a ballsy pick, and I even asked my good friend Brandon Medina about this too. I told him this is the pick of the week for me, the upset of the week. Giants gonna best the Chiefs. The
Chiefs?
second upset, Bears over the Cowboys.
Oh, what?
I see what you're
Joe.
doing there.
I
Joe.
called
Joe.
it yesterday, and yesterday
Joe.
said the same damn thing.
You need to stop talking to our good friend Carolina T.
No,
Don't,
man,
don't,
I'm
you
telling
know,
you, bro.
come on, bro. No.
I got
Joe.
money on
Joe,
it. I put $100,
you know
bro. I
what?
got 50,
Me, Joe,
50
Joe,
on the Bears, and I got 50 on the Giants.
Me and Joe are gonna have to have a side off bet offline, off the air. Because come on, Joe. Come on,
No,
Joe.
man, I'm making bank this week, baby. That's what it's all about. I got
I
a
see
wedding
what you're
to go
doing.
ahead and pay for.
I see what you're doing.
You try, yeah. I see what you're doing.
Win,
Yeah,
you win either way. I see what you're doing.
he's hedging. He's hedging his bets, Mike. He's
He is.
hedging.
It's
He's
like,
hedging his. Yeah.
I may have lost the money, but at least my team won, and we're 2-1.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's going to be funny about that, though?
I lost the battle, but I won the war.
What I like about that, though, is that if the Giants do beat the Chiefs, and I don't think it's impossible, I think the Chiefs team is busted. If the Chiefs go 0-3 in NFL history, there's only been 6 teams that have ever gone 0-3 and made the playoffs. They're in
Man.
danger at that point. Second thing about that, though, is that what's funny about the Cowboys, if they go off and win and they go 2-1, the conversation piece we're going to have on Monday is the fact that the teams that they beat have a combined record of 0-6.
But what is the
true.
better storyline,
Yeah.
though? If the Cowboys just won that one game right against the Giants,
Well-
and now they're 1-2.
Well, just like life, all you can do is attack the problem in front of you. So all you can do is beat the team in front of you. So
Yeah. They're
I
going to be
mean,
about.
you
They're
know.
going to be like
But
4
you're
0-3 teams. They're going to be 4 0-3 teams this week, right? At the end of this week,
right.
And it's going to be the Bears who the Cowboys beat, and it's going to be the Giants
Mhm.
who the Cowboys beat.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, they beat
I
up the
hear
bad
you.
They
teams.
said, take
I
your
hear
hat
you.
off. Take your hat off. The Bears are not gonna win. The Cowboys are gonna win. Puro pinche Cowboys a la verga. It's puro pinche Cowboys. But I'm just saying,
Joe,
I'm making a little money this week, bro.
What are you gonna, Joe? What are you gonna do if the Cowboys win on Monday? Are you? What are you gonna? What's the
Hey,
shame?
man, I'm just gonna
for
be
Joe
like, damn,
picking the
man.
Bears.
I'm just gonna be like, damn, they lost, but you know what? I still won.
Mhm.
Got to make
Yeah.
that money. Got to make that money. You know what?
Cowboy
I'm gonna
fan.
be even happier if both the Bears win and the Giants win. Oh, yeah, Sav's way.
Cowboy fans
I'm
gonna be
banking.
puffing out their chest at a 2-1 start when that all happens.
It's our year. It's
all
our
right.
year.
So let's, and then Arch Manning's gonna get like 5 touchdowns.
Oh
He's
man,
gonna get 5 touchdowns against Sam Houston State, right? Which is basically a glorified high school football team.
Arch needs a boost, man. Let's be
Listen.
honest, man. He needs a boost. He needs a confidence builder, man. He needs something. I don't know what it is. I think the kid's talented and he has a pedigree, obviously, but I don't know what
Look,
it is, man. It's just
Everybody's telling me it's a bad bet. You're gonna regret it. You know what? I never listen
Yeah.
to nobody. I always go against the grain. I do my own thing. You know, that's the way. That's the way I live life,
Hey,
and that's the way.
I like Mario Cavasso. He said, "Do the show shirtless if the Cowboys win."
No, mames, wait. No, mames.
I didn't realize I was a 35-minute drive away from Sam Houston State University.
Damn.
Yeah,
It was
You're-
that close.
you're,
I'm in Fairfax.
where you're at, man. It's very centrally located. You know what I mean? So you're
It's
you're
centrally
lo- you're
located
central-
to San Antonio,
to San
Houston,
Antonio,
Dallas, and
Dallas.
Austin.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad thing. You know, you kind of you're within striking distance. So
Hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and put this on here real quick too, so we can talk about this as we bring the show to an end here. We're going to talk about this one topic, and I think it's a good topic. And this is from a show that I like watching here, Super Retro. These guys do a great job. But he's talking about the old school food courts, man, in the mall. So let's listen.
Who
to this.
remembers what it felt like to hit that food court at the mall back in the day? You hit that food court at the mall, highlight of the day, because you would know when you were going to the mall, you would take whatever little money you had, be it $10. You're just like, well, we're hitting the Foot Locker, we're hitting the music spot, and then we hitting that food
It
court.
was almost like the first time you got to like pick your own dinner. Like I'm eating what I want.
Yeah, you're at the mall with your friends, so parents aren't around. You got your 10 spot. What are you getting?
Not every time are we all eating the same spot. He's going to Sabaro's.
Yeah, you go there.
He's going to the Chinese spot.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Every single mall food court had the most fire Chinese food in the city. There's like 3 malls here. 2 of the 3 malls here where we're from have the most fire Chinese food in the city. And they always giving the samples out. That you always got to get a sample. You eat that sample and then get something different. Dude, there were many times as an adult that I took intentional trips to the mall just to eat at the food court.
Yeah.
Just to eat the Chinese food at the food court.
Before then, like, remember we talked about how the restaurants or at the malls they're in spots. This is like the first time where they put 5-6 different choices in front of you in your life.
Somebody had an idea like, you know what?
Put them all together.
Put them all in the same area.
No one thought of that.
Put them all.
So anyway, this is funny. This is a good topic because this is what I was gonna tell Fernandez and you, Mike. Back in the day, you know, like these kids now, everything's easy for them, right? With the phone and whatnot, they want a girl's number. They go up to them and they say, "Hey, what's your Insta? You know, or what's your Facebook? What's your X handle? Whatever." And that's how they start the communication going. There was none of that for us back in the day. You went to the food court because you know that's where all the honeys were at, right? So you're with your boys. You got a little feria. You can get something to eat. And what do? You all split up and kind of scope the place out a little bit, do some recon, and they reconvene. And you'd be like, all right, man, I like this one over here. I like this one over here. And you had to actually go up to that girl, right? And like Rick says, with your little black book and with your pen and ask her in front of all her friends, hey, girl, can I get your number? You know,
You
gotta
need to have
introduce
game.
yeah, you gotta have game, bro.
Different
You gotta
thing,
game.
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So
go ahead,
Go ahead,
go aad, Mike. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that it's a different thing. And this sounds like us like getting old, right? You mentioned having a daughter-in-law. It's different because we don't hide behind keyboards. We didn't hide behind Instagram handles or whatever the case may be. We had to go up and say hi to somebody.
Yes.
When I met my first wife, Gabby's mom, it was 1-on-5. Like I went up to her and her 4 friends. And that is a set of balls that young kids today don't have anymore. It is something that no longer exists. And
I agree.
It's so weird. It's so weird. But if you're going to the food court, I'm gonna assume that you guys went to the Ingram food court because we all know that the Westlake's one sucked ass.
Yeah.
Y'all go to my territory. Exit 7 will go to exit 11. All right. Y'all will go my area, Ingram Park Mall. Where are you eating at Ingram Park Mall? And what's the dessert of choice?
Oh man, I gotta hit up that Sparrow, bro. That slice of pie, dude. The pizza was good, man. I like the
Sbarro's
Chinese food, but I gotta get my slice of pie, dude. That was, like $5-6. You got your slice of pie and you got you something to drink, and you good, man.
Yeah.
Fernandez,
You know
what?
what? You know what? I'll be honest, bro. It's like it's like we were talking about going to so. I went to Ingram back in the day. Westlake's really back in the day, but Westlake's, Ingram, and all, I know. I'm dating
brutal.
myself, but I know I'm dating myself. But so when I went to the mall, I went to Ingram. I got my little pen and pad, trying to get some phone numbers, whatever. I might have been pushing a baby stroller, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, what I'm trying to make is just like Skateland. Like I would go to Skateland and not skate. You know what I'm saying? Like I never got skates. I didn't skate. I just went to Skateland and got numbers and stayed at my Red Wings. You know what I mean? With the Dooney in the Red Wing. So
The
whatever.
Dooney.
But exactly. So funny point is when I went to the food court, I made my loop. I did my thing. I never ate. I didn't
Never
eat.
ate?
Never ate?
I didn't go to the food court to eat. I went to the food court to scope out what the ladies and to figure out my numbers and everything. Eating would weigh me down. You know what I mean? I'm not here to eat. I'm not here to eat. I'm not here to eat. I'm on a fucking mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a fucking prowl. Y'all can eat. That's why I had a leg up. You were asking earlier about like rosters and how to have a leg up. When everybody's eating in the food court, I'm in the food court, but I ain't eating. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you have a leg up. Like the way I had a leg up was I am in the food court, but I'm not eating.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
I'm not
and
worried
we got
about.
we got an incoming
If it-
super chat.
well, one second. Based on my panza, I did eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I was skinny back in the day, but
Yeah.
I was introduced to Chinese
but you understand
food.
what I'm saying, right? You
I
get
do,
what I'm
I do.
saying, right? Oh, you get, yeah.
I see the logic after the fact. I was introduced to Chinese food and Japanese food at the food court, but my favorite place to go at Ingram Park Mall was the Steak Escape, the Hambrosia sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god! And then you go downstairs, get one of the Auntie Anne ice creams with
No
the
Orange
Sam
Julius?
Spurs games, and then have the lemonade that came
Yep.
with it, dude.
What about the
Yep.
Orange Julius? That was fire
Make-
too,
Orange
bro.
Julius, yep.
Make
yep.
it-
I'm
make
glad,
it-
yeah.
A diet that made everybody pre-diabetic by the time they were sophomores in high school.
Right,
It was
right,
awesome.
yeah.
Protected, man.
Man, hey, they're talking about the Red Wings, man. Joe Gonzalez, and I'm telling you, bro, the Red Wings with the Dooney little
The
charm
little
in the middle,
keychain
bro.
right there, bro.
that was the move. My girl
Me-
Tali,
he said-
my girl Tali's laughing at us. Baby girl, you 27 years old. You don't know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about.
there
I
is
love
a-
you, but
Joe
you-
Gonzalez. This is real talk, Rick. This is real talk. He goes, us of our generation, he goes, that's why rejection for us isn't a big deal. Because there ain't nothing like you
Exactly.
getting rejected
Exactly.
in front of
Bro,
all them
exactly.
girls, bro, laughing at you,
Exactly.
bro. Come on.
Did you know that?
Exactly.
Did you know that there was probably a Saturday back in 1994, 1993, 95, right around
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
where all of us were in that same shopping center, that same food court together, not knowing each other. I didn't know you.
Yeah,
I didn't know Joe.
we were probably
We were-
there. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Tony Analysis probably there. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
Sean Quintero was probably there.
Yeah.
Alex Noriega. We were all probably at the same mall, the
Yeah.
same day, at
Right.
the same food
But,
court.
but
at
you
the
know what?
same time.
We weren't Fernandez. We weren't Mike Jimenez. We weren't.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We weren't those people who we are now at that
Yeah.
time, right? So that's an interesting. That's an interesting thought. I agree with you because I feel like we all cross paths a lot. San Antonio,
Yeah.
even though it's a bigger city, it's also a small city. Like we all intertwined, man. We all bumped into each other, whether it's Southtown, whether it's downtown.
I know
whether
Mike
it's-
did go to Funtown. I know damn well he didn't go to no
Yeah.
Funtown.
Whether
He
it's,
was
whether
caught
it's,
dead at
whether it's
South Park,
Malibu,
bro.
whether it's Malibu,
fun time.
remember Malibu? Remember
Malibu was
Per
great.
Apple? Remember Per Apple County
I
Fair?
worked at Per Apple for 3 years.
Bro, we could
Oh.
go back. Like,
I worked at Per Apple for 3 freaking years, dude. It was great out there. What was
Yeah.
that one place on 90 and McMullen? It was like it
That's
had
Funtown, bro.
I've
Malibu,
been there.
Malibu. Or Malibu. no?
It was
Oh,
West
oh.
Side. It was West Side
Yeah,
Malibu.
yeah. Yeah,
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 it was
yeah.
Funtown.
I went there a few times.
The batting cages, bro. They had their own golf carts and they had an
See,
arcade and all that.
I'm a little puro. Okay.
You were pure because that was all you went. You never went to South
hip.
Park,
Yeah.
bro. You didn't kick
You
it
little
down to
hip.
win South Park, bro.
South Park, no. South Park, no. But my church that I went to growing up was near Las Palmas. So,
But they could sniff you out, bro. If you're a fraud, man, because they know that you're from the other side of town, and you go to South Park, bro. They know right away. Oh, this Vato's not from here, man.
dude, when all you Exit 7 guys were at Ingram, we sniffed you out too.
Yeah,
I was at Ingram. We were Westlakes. You never went to Westlakes Mall, bro.
My guy,
I did go to Westlake.
My guy Daniel Bautista's talking about Rosedale Park, of course, bro.
Oh yeah,
We know
Rosedale.
We know West Side, Westdale.
Yeah,
exactly. Rosedale.
My church events, my dad would take me out there all the
You know
time.
what's funny? You know what's funny actually? Jacob Toby, right? The voice of the Spurs, right? That you know, he posted a couple of weeks ago that he went to military on a Sunday. Right. And he was like, oh, I went to military. I went to a taco truck. He never experienced like a Sunday military. People still cruise military on Sundays. Right.
Wow.
Joe? Like people are still out there. And it brought me back because I remember back in the day, bro. I'm talking about 97, 98, 99. Like I would cruise military with Suavecito, the car club. Like there was like car clubs like Unlimited Dream, Suavecito,
You would cruise
Sueños,
Brack
like
too,
all
bro.
these.
Come on.
Yeah, you would do Brack, you would do military. Like that was the move, bro. And you know what's funny? We would just waste gas. Driving back and
driving
forth,
around.
you know, but because gas was like 97 cents a gallon at the time, you know.
But it was the
Now-
look. It was the vibe. You had to have the shades on,
you'd be
the
like,
look,
now
the
you'd be
fit,
like,
bro.
now you'd be like, I'm not wasting my gas. Like, what are you talking about?
No.
Driving back and forth, you know? So, but that was the move. That, you know, if you're our age, you know, and man, I feel bad because I mean, good and bad. Thankfully, some of the ladies, like my girl Tally, that are in the chat, you know, they're in their 20s. They're in their they're your daughter's age, you know what I'm saying? But they're sexy, they're beautiful, and they are, you know, available to us. So anyway, they're you know, like my girl Tally, she's 27 and she's probably laughing at me because I'm sounding old, but we used to do those things when the gas was $1 a gallon or whatever, you know. Nowadays, like, well, here in Cali, gas is like $5-6 a gallon, so that's different. I'm not driving around and wasting gas to cruise, you know what I'm saying, out here. But you know, it's just an interesting dynamic how things change. You know, and like I said, Tally says everyone knows in San Antonio on the South Side exactly. You know what it is.
I've told Chica that San Antonio has 1.3 million people, right? 1.2 million people, but it's not a 1.2 million people city. We are 6 cities of 200,000. That's why we all know each other. There's the South Side, there's the West Side, there's the East Side, there's Stone Oak, there's Alamo Ranch, and then there's the Northeast Side, right? We have a $10 super chat coming in from Black Bucket.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Thank you so much for the support, Black Bucket. It says, hope everyone has a great weekend taking on the Astros game on Saturday. Hispanic Heritage Weekend, Los Astros. Orale. You know what? Let's give him a grito because he gave $10.
Give him a grito.
He
Give him a
mentioned
grito.
Hispanic
Give him a
Heritage
grito, yeah.
Weekend.
Which one you want? Which one you want?
The old man, dude. We're gonna go old school.
Old school.
Por presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
Oh, I miss the old man having a stroke. That's amazing. Black Bucket, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hope you have a safe trip to Houston for the Astros game. The Astros starting a 3-game series tonight against the Seattle Mariners. Both teams tied for the American League West top spot. Both teams come in at 84 and 69. Chances are the winner of the series will more than likely win the division. The loser will more than likely would become a wild card. You have a Seattle team coming to Houston after winning 10 of 11 games. The Astros have won 3 in a row, so both teams are pretty hot right now. Great series to go watch. Again, the Mariners taking on the Astros. The Texas Rangers are 5 games behind them. The odds of the Rangers making the playoffs are very, 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 very low at this point.
Look at
After
Mexican
losing
Jr.
4 in a row.
Yeah.
Mexican Jr. says, F the Astros. I hope they flame out in the wild card round.
Hey, you know what? That might be the thing for me and Chica this weekend. Let's go watch an Astros game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right there. Might as well.
It's an hour. It's an hour drive. I'll make it happen.
Hour is nothing. Hour is nothing.
Yeah, but Chica likes the good seats, man, and that's just. She asked me if I wanted to go watch. She asked me if I wanted to go see Shane Gillis perform in Houston tonight.
Yeah.
And I looked at the prices; it was like $150 at the Toyota.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If it was a Dave Chappelle, if it was somebody like that, I would. But Shane Gillis.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna go, I agree with Chica. I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well get the good seats. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you're not gonna get the good seats, then don't even go. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I get it.
I ain't sitting up there, man. I ain't sitting with the peasants, bro. No, F that,
but I
bro.
agree with Mike. Like, do I want to pay for that? You know, for that,
who are the comedians that you're gonna spend money for? I'll spend money for Chappelle and Chris Rock.
Right. The levels of yeah.
I'm not gonna throw down $2 bills each for Shane Gillis, no matter how famous he is. John Mulaney, I might give up to 125 for, right? 150 for. But I don't know.
No,
but,
man, I've gotten spoiled too, man. I like to sit in the VIP area when you're gonna go to an event. You got your own bathrooms, you got nice clean bathrooms. You get in early, you got your own little bar.
Yeah.
Away from everybody else, bro. You
away
know
from
what?
who,
That's
away from who, Joe?
The peasants, bro. I ain't sitting with them, man. You know what's funny? Mike's afraid to say it, but Chica loves it, dude. Every time I say it, she starts laughing, man. She gets a kick out of it. And you know what? My kids say it too. My kids laugh when I say it too. They're like, Dad. I'm like, I ain't buying those cheap seats, man. I'm done with that. I'm done with all that, man.
Tali, I hear you. Tali is texting me on off this, and I hear you. I love you, girl. I see you.
We were talking about how
I see you.
We were talking about how Sugar Ray was in town.
Oh yeah, and Uncle Cracker.
And Uncle Cracker performing at my corporate event. They're coming back to San Antonio, by the way. It is going to be Sugar Ray, Better Than Ezra, and the band Tonic. They go by the name Ezra Ray Hart because the lead singer from Better Than Ezra, the lead singer of Sugar Ray, and the lead singer of Tonic. They're going to be coming back to San Antonio. And is that a concert that you guys would go to, Joe?
Or what? Sugar Ray?
It's Sugar Ray, Tonic, and Better Than Ezra.
Oh, I know that. That's gonna be in the Sunken Garden. No, F that, bro. I already thought about going. They have no VIP area. It's standing room only. You're gonna bake in the sun, dude. No, I'm not down with that. Dude.
Oh, there's no baking in the sun. This is December 14th.
Dude, there's always bacon in the sun here. It's hot all the way up until then, too, bro. Don't let that fool you, man. Sunken Garden's all right. But if I can't be like
Sunken Gardens?
Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere out there, dude.
No, it's at the Majestic. It's at the Majestic.
Oh, it's at the Majestic?
Yeah, it's
Maybe
called 90s Hits and Christmas Riffs.
Because they had one that 99.5 Kiss was putting together, dude. It was like the margarita pour off or whatever. And then they had like their music acts or whatever. I'm like, no, man. If you can't get early entry, I'm not standing in line. I need early entry. I need my own place to drink. I'm not messing with that crap no more. I'm done.
Let's see, I'm on the majesticempire.com right now, which is the official place to get the tickets for them. I wonder how much it costs to go. Is it already sold out? Let me see here. Nope, all the seats are still available. I'm looking at the seating chart, Joe.
How much are the tickets? How much are the good tickets? I don't want that cheap stuff, man.
The good seats, like if you want to get first 4 or 5 rows, $100.
That's cheap, bro.
Not bad. It's not bad. Yeah.
$227 is the most expensive seat though, but you can get lower level for I'm looking at some of these lower level seats. $100 gets the lower level, $200 gets you to the very front.
Yeah, it's fine with me as long as I get in early.
Here's the thing, like again, if you're gonna take your girl, you're gonna take for a date, you're gonna do something like that, you gotta get good seats, bro. Come on, you ain't gonna be in the nosebleeds.
Don't be cheap.
You know what I mean? You're gonna be up there, bro. Get good seats. You know what I'm saying? Spend a little bit. If she means that much to you, then spend a little bit. Nothing wrong.
By the way, this is the last. Someone mentions this on our chat. This is the last summer show for the Area 210 podcast because Monday is the first day of fall.
Nice.
Exciting times, Joe. Exciting times are upon us.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm being hit up by the referee associations going, dude, you haven't taken your exams. I don't think I'm gonna do it, Joe.
Just tell him no. Tell him the knee says no, bro.
I know I got to lose more weight, Joe. I've lost
No,
9
wait.
pounds this month. I
It
know
You
I
look
got
got
to
good.
lose more
nothing to
weight.
do with weight.
No,
bro.
you look good, bro. Real talk. Real
You
talk.
look
You're looking
good.
good. You're looking
But
slimming
that
down. Yeah,
that
yeah,
knee
yeah.
has a lot of miles, Mike. It's
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
dude. You
yeah,
gotta retire, bro. You're good,
yeah.
man. You're good. You can't tell him, look, man, I can't do it because I want to spend more time with Chica, dude. Real facts, man. Facts.
Yeah, and it's hard to commit to certain days because if Chica looks at me
Yeah.
a certain way, give me a certain good look.
Bro,
I'm
Yeah.
it's
not going
gonna
to
get
get.
cold.
You know what it is.
Chica's gonna
You
want
know
you
what
to
it is.
cuddle, bro.
You know
Come
what
on,
it is.
bro.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. You know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike doesn't want to leave Chica. He wants to stay there. You know, can't do the show sometimes in the morning because he
I
wants
don't.
to
I don't
cuddle.
blame
It's
him.
all
I
right,
don't.
bro.
I
I
don't
don't
blame him.
blame
I
you,
don't
bro.
blame him. I
I
don't
don't
blame
blame
him.
you.
I don't blame him.
Jesse A says Mike is Jadavian Clowney and Clowney don't do camp, don't do training camp. Which is true because I won't do anything, and then they'll come up and like, dude, get back into the association.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, cool, I'll jump on. No training, no nothing, and they'll be like, okay, we got you doing Churchill versus Clark varsity, go.
No.
And
Yeah.
it's like,
Just throw you in the mix. Yeah.
Yeah, just tell him you're retired, Mike. Say, nah, man, I'm done. I got Chica now. I'm done with this life.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
man. We gotta go ahead and call it a show.
Tony says to do some cardio with Chica.
Pause. Pause. Pause.
Oh my God.
Very nice. Save that knee, they say. Ozempic Mike. It's not Ozempic Mike, it's Mongiorno Mike, by the way.
Journal. It's the same thing, bro.
It's the same but different. It's a little bit. It's been an interesting journey with that. All it basically does is that it makes you process your food slower. So because your food doesn't digest as quickly as before, you're just not hungry all day long. So like the desire to eat certain foods goes away. The pleasure receptors of like fatty foods aren't there. I look at fries right now and I go, I'm good. I'm still eating. I'm just not overeating. That's basically it. Going for the occasional walk. It's an interesting thing, interesting journey. See if I can lose another 25 pounds and I'll be happy. Everyone have a fantastic day.
Yep. Congratulations to Laura for winning the raffle, the hat.
Yeah.
We'll DM you.
Congratulations.
Very nice. We will be back. And Fernandez, thank you for hosting.
Appreciate you,
We
bro. Thank
appreciate
you
it,
so
man.
much for
And
thank you for
thank you to all the ladies for joining, by the way, and all the new
yeah, it
subscribers.
was
as
fun.
well.
It's fun. It was
And
awesome.
also, hit the like button on the way out the door. Help us out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep, for sure. Yep. Stay
We will
puro.
be back on Monday. See ya.
Yep. See y'all boys on Monday. We're out of here. Peace.